It's 2026 and maybe budgeting and setting goals has never worked for you, but maybe what if it's this? Maybe it's not you, but maybe it's the system and the planning that you've done. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use the right budget, the right system and living in today's world that'll hopefully get you out of debt and achieve every financial goal that you have for this year. But also on top of that, I'm going to show you exactly why a lot of people are broke at the end of the year and why budgeting has not worked for them. And so let's talk about how to achieve your goals in 2026. So of course, right, goals are important. You want to know, hey, not just saying things, but also just saying, okay, I need to put a date on my goal. I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to be debt free by June 1st of 2026. But we have to have dates and actually practical steps on how to do that because that's important. But the biggest question you need to ask yourself is this: where am I going? And who am I becoming as I'm going on this destination? Where am I trying to go with my money? Am I trying to be out of debt so I can do this, so I can take my families on more vacations? Or maybe you just want to be able to breathe and save some money, invest some money, maybe give some money away. And so we have to figure out what that destination is. But also, I think the most important thing that you need to ask yourself is simply this. I would say actually before you even ask that, you need to face this first. You need to face the elephant in the room. Where am I currently? Where's my debt? How much do I owe? Who do I owe? And I'm going to show you today exactly how you can go about doing that, answering this question and getting out of debt. Because if we don't face the elephant of how much debt that we actually have, where am I currently, then we can't really get to the goal that we set because we're not heading in a place where we don't know where we're going to end up, right? And so we have to know what that looks like for us. And so the next question we should ask ourselves is, where do I start? Okay, yes, I've set the goal. Yes, I know where I am currently. I know how much debt I'm in, and it's, I don't want to face this. But where do I start? And I'm going to show you today exactly where you need to start and where you're going to end to achieve these goals. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel and continue to tap in on the financial content that we're dropping week after week so we can help you along your way to your financial goals. But the first thing you need to do is you need to create a budget and you need to use a budget system. Having a budget is great, right? But I think the thing why a lot of people are so broke right now and they're struggling with their budgets is that they're co-mingling their funds. What does that simply mean? That means that all your money is flowing into one account and it's flowing out of the same account. Now we have different paydays, right? You have bills on the 5th, you have bills on the 10th, the 15th. But you need a system. You need a system. Most successful business have systems. And that means when something happens, then this happens. So when your money comes in, you know that, okay, I've gotten paid $100. This is where my money is going to pay these amount of bills, right? And so we're going to talk about a system called the Smart 7 system, which has helped hundreds of people get out of debt in the last year. Over $300,000 in debt has been paid off using this system in 1 year's time. So I'm going to explain exactly what that is today. So the system is simply this. You're going to open 7 different checking accounts. I know that sounds really crazy. That sounds like a lot of fees, but it has worked for a lot of people, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So the first account that you're going to have, I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm going to show you a little bit of why this works and how this works. But the first account you already have open. So congrats on that. It's your income account. And that is where your money flows in when that check hits on Friday, when we see that plus whatever the dollar amount is. That is your income account. That is your first account in the Smart 7. Your second account, this is not really in any particular order, is going to be recurring expenses. So these are going to be fixed costs, right? So these are going to be things that don't change over a month-to-month basis. Wi-Fi, phone bill, car insurance, that just really are about the same every month. But then our third account is going to be day-to-day. So this is going to be your variables. Sometimes these change. So utility, maybe gas, maybe landscaping. All that is going to be in this account. And then home is going to be our fourth account, which is going to be your rent, let's say mortgage, maybe home decor, something that you're doing and recording to your home, right? And then 5 is going to be debt destroyers. So this is going to be all your minimum payments, student loans, credit cards. You don't really have to put your car loan in here, but you can if that's something that you're aggressively trying to pay. But this is really specifically for debt. And then 6 is going to be giving. This is something that maybe you want to give toward an organization, your church, maybe a family member, a fixed amount that you want to give. And then 7, which is probably most people, is going to be your miscellaneous. Let's call this your fun money. So say you want to go to Target, say you want to go to Lowe's or buy some new shoes. A lot of your unexpected things, or you just want to have fun, is going to be in this account. Now, the secret sauce to why this system actually works, and we've created a tool called the Smart 7 Budget Planner. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but if you want to check out this video, you can kind of figure out exactly how to use the Smart 7 Budget Planner, but it will do everything for you. We try to eliminate the thinking, make life simple for you. And if you use this planner, as mentioned, it has helped a lot of people get out of debt. And so that's step number 1 in helping yourself financially in 2026. But at the end of the day, you want to do this. You want to control your money. You don't want it to control you. And this system has allowed people to be able to take control of their money, know where it is, where it's going, and make a decision based on where their money actually is. But the second thing you want to do, we've talked about facing the elephant, right? The second thing that we actually want to do is we want to list our debts. We want to list exactly how much we owe, who we owe it to, and we want to use a method called the debt snowball. Now, if you see, I gave y'all a little, my drawing was not great, but this is just an example of what it looks like. So the snowball is at the top, right? But how this method works is you're going to use your smallest to largest debts, and you're going to start paying off your smallest one and focusing on that. Now, as a snowball goes down a mountain, it continues to build. It gets faster and it gets bigger. And so if you can see, like I said, this is my penmanship is not great. But if you see at the top, you start with debt. And then as you roll it down the mountain, you continue to pay more. You are now debt free. So if you look at this example here, debt 1 is $250 in a balance. The minimum payment is $25. You pay that off, right? You take all the margin that you have using the Smart 7 planner that we just talked about, and you pay that off, right? Well, then now, once you've eliminated that, you now move on to debt 2, which is a $1,000 balance. But now you've now added $25 that you had as a minimum payment, and then you add that to your actual $75 minimum payment on this next one. So now your payment is actually $100 going towards this versus $75. You take that same approach. If you can add even more margin to it, let's say you don't, in 10 months you've paid off $1,000, right? So we've now knocked off 2 debt amounts in really, let's say 12 months here. So then let's say debt 3 goes on, you take the same amount. Now you have $100 on top of that. So then you're going to add that 100 to this. So now you have $200 going towards it just from minimum payments using it. Now you take that same approach, take a couple months, take your margin, pay it off, and then now it's gone. So you list it out, but now you know exactly where you're going because you know, okay, hey, I have this debt, I have this debt, and I have this debt. And if I stay focused and use the right budget system and stay according to the goals that I've set, you can achieve those things. Say you've been trying to pay off debt and you're like, hey, I've tried this before, I've done everything, but maybe you need some help. We have our Earners Academy, which is our financial coaching program where we walk alongside you and have helped countless people get out of debt in record time. Some $85,000 in 6 months, some $20,000 in 100 days. All of these situations are different, right? But we want to be here to help you. And so if that's something you want to be a part of or you want to ask questions about, be sure to check the link down below in the description and make sure you can get your application done, and we will make sure that we connect with you.
I'm just so thankful because I don't know, or we don't know where we would be without you, bro. This is straight from the heart. We're so thankful.
We paid off $17,000.
In 100 days.
The crazy part is that at the very beginning, we could have been doing that all along.
Our income did not change.
Nothing changed about our income.
Nope.
We maybe just a couple, like maybe $100 here or there, but literally nothing changed about our income. It was literally being able to have a zoomed out view of everything, tell it where to go.
Being able to see where money was going and saying, okay, we can live without this, or we can do without this in order to pay off the amount of debt that we've paid off in just 6 months. Almost $85,000 is not a small amount.
The extra funds being contributed to our personal budget, like money's money, it'll come and go, but having that confidence that you can do this and that there is enough margin to sustain, and you can push forward and dream a little bit, and that's priceless.
So we've faced the elephant, we have our budget system, and now we've listed our debts. Our next thing is going to be this, which I know is not going to make us happy, right? And that's going to be eliminating our temporary wants. I know that, hey, there's things that you like to shop at this place, you like to buy this. But the thing that we have to think about is you have to have short-term pain for a long-term gain. You're going to have to eliminate some things so you can be able to, you're going to suffer a little bit. And I'm not even going to say you have to completely get rid of it. But say you have $200 you're spending on coffee. And I know that sounds like a lot, but a lot of the budgets that I see, that's what people are normally spending. Maybe that goes down to $50 and you take that $150 and put it towards debt or put it to whatever goal, whether that's saving money. But the long-term gain of that is the opportunity for you to actually be able to save the amount or pay off the debt amount, and then you can go back to your $200 coffee. I don't want to punish you. I want you to enjoy the things because you work hard and you have this opportunity, but you got to make a decision today to eliminate those temporary wants. So coffee, obviously that's one. Maybe you eat out less and you cook a little bit more. Maybe you meal prep. So that way you have a very, let's say, disciplined regimen of like, hey, I'm going to eat these meals. I've already spent my $100 this week. Most of the clients I've worked with, when they start meal prepping, they end up saving a lot more money and realize, okay, hey, now I've saved some money, but also you enjoy eating out more when you've meal prepped because you've eaten the same, salmon, rice, Brussels sprouts, whatever it is, where you've eaten it 5 days in a row. So when you go to your favorite steakhouse or your favorite Italian restaurant, now you enjoy it a lot more. So just a little health tidbit there, but also a way for you to save some money. But then also you can eliminate maybe some fun money. Maybe you're giving yourself $500 a month when maybe you can cut it to $250. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But also we have a long-term goal here, right? We've set goals in 2025, 2024, and it's never worked. Maybe we make some changes. We don't give ourselves so much, and we give the money maybe to the debt, to our savings account this year, and let's see if things actually change for us. But I think one of the most important steps you also need to look at, that I know is another, let's call it face the elephant, is we're going to have monthly audits. Now, what does this look like? You can actually say on the 30th of each month, you go back and look through your expenses. Now, one thing that I would probably say is important that you should ask is, did I stay within my budget? I plan for this amount. I plan to spend $500 in my groceries this month. Did I spend that or did I spend more? And that's okay, but you have to continue to be self-aware about what you're actually doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing currently, how are you going to improve? How are you going to get it better? And so there's really two tools that I think are really good. I personally use Empower, which is a really good free tool that you can use, and it'll track all your expenses. I know a lot of people know about Rocket Money. That's great. So that's another suggestion. But Empower has been something that's been good for me because I get a daily update in my email every day saying, hey, you spent this amount of money yesterday. Great. Okay. But then also if I set the budget number, I can also see, okay, I'm getting this close to my budget. And that's also just a good thing for you to be able to track. So Empower and Rocket Money are going to be good tools that you can utilize to track your expenses. But at the end of the day, you still have to do what? You got to face this elephant even when you don't want to. Because if you don't know how much you're spending, you don't know where you're going. But your last step is this. We're here now. We've done all this talking about what you should do, what can happen if you do this. It's very simple. You need to execute the plan and you need to stick to it. Now, you may run off the road and you may spend a little bit more here, but the plan is simply this. If you're saying, I'm going to be debt free this year, then we need to make a pivot, find a way to be able to get to it, and we need to stick to exactly that. So I hope this video was super helpful for you, and I hope that you achieve every goal in 2026. And make sure, once again, you like this video, subscribe, share it with friends. And if you want to get more financial content like this, be sure to check out these videos.